Yet another edition of Jinjuguna. And today I'm flying this plane solo. So Simon is away this week, but he will be able to join us hopefully next week. And we have a great show packed. I have the latest review, rather, of the Kenya Hockey League that just ended this weekend. And then I have the preview for next weekend. What are some of the games that are coming up? We're going to look at the table standings, and then we look at some other news roundup that are happening around the globe. To begin with, is just three Ugandan umpires have been recognized and have been promoted to the FIH, umpires, international umpires committee or panel. And this is a huge congratulations to the three Ugandans who have been promoted. We'll be telling you more about that even as we go on with the show. Let me begin with the league the results of this weekend, week 16 that has just ended. Because this is game number 257, which will be played, 245 rather, which will be played this coming weekend. Remember, you can engage with me on the different social media handles. Just hit me up and then we get this conversation going. So let me begin with Saturday. Several games were played on Saturday. In the Premier League men, we had Park Road Badgers taking on Mombasa Sports, or rather MSC men. I don't know why the name has disappeared too. And MSC men defeated Park Road Badgers 2-0. This is a revenge of what Badgers did to them when they went down the coast, because in the first leg, Badgers defeated MSC by the exact score. And Mariano and James Omondi managed to score 2 field goals. James started in the 10th minute, and in the 22nd minute, Mariana Soka scored the goal. The second surprise result was pitting Sliders and Amira Sailors. They are finally up, and they said they're not sitting pretty at the bottom of the league anymore. Anita Agunda scored in the 4th minute of the game through a field goal, and in the 16th minute, DC, or Doris Kiru, if you like to call her, converted a PC in the 16th minute. In the Super League men, we had Wazalendo Masters drawing 2-2 with JKUAT men. Joa Bondiro of Wazalendo Masters and Gideon Kimunge scored in the 10th and 13th minutes respectively, before JKUAT decided to respond just a few minutes to the dying men, a few minutes to the end of the game. This was in the 53rd minute and in the 60th minute, when they were given a penalty stroke, which Collins Odongo converted, and that was it. So Wazalendo drew that game. In the Super League women, we had JKUAT ladies losing to the MSC ladies 2-1. Tabitha Njeri scored the opener for JKUAT ladies in the 18th minute, but in the last quarter, Mercy Chepto in the 40th minute converted a penalty corner and added the second goal in the 51st minute of the game. And this was a huge win for them, because even on Sunday they got to win, and we'll be getting to that in just a bit. But the National League will start with the Eastern Zone. Daystar University seemed to be having a bad run ever since they came back to this league, because on Saturday they were thrashed 5-0 by Daikyo Heroes. Joshua Njogu scored those. That was in the 13th, 24th, and 49th minute. All of them were field goals. And then George Omondi, in the dying 2 minutes to go, scored another field goal for the side. And Farhan Khan added in the dying seconds, literally, of that game. So that game ended 5-0 in favor of Daikyo Heroes. And in the last Western Zone game and the match for the weekend, we had Farmers drawing 0-0 at with Bay. Farmers was hosting Bay. Remember, Bay last weekend lost, and Bungoma Farmers won. But this time round, they went 0-0. But on Sunday, if I can begin from there, Bay traveled to Kitale and they defeated Kitale Hockey Club 2-1. Geoffrey Odhiambo and Caleb Otieno scored in the 21st and 28th minutes of the game. And in the 49th minute is when Kitale Hockey Club got their consolation goal, courtesy of one Ian Wasike. And in the Eastern Zone, Daikyo Heroes drew 1-1 with Impala. This was a very, very tight game. And Peter Luceno scored in the 12th minute for Impala. And George Omondi got his second goal of the weekend in the 45th minute when he leveled the score for the team. So Daikyo Heroes had a total of 4 points, while Impala had only a point from that weekend. In the Super League Women, the MSC ladies, as I'd said earlier, managed to defeat MMU ladies 2-0, and the 2 goals were scored by twins. Get this, yes, Alice Jokeo and Dora Jokeo in the 11th and 18th minutes of the game. And then if you look at the Super League men results, down in Nakuru, Park Road Tigers were defeated 3-0. This is Gary Jean-Louis in the 5th minute. And then Alex Taiswa added a second one in the 23rd minute. And in the dying minutes of the game, 7 minutes to go, Alex added the second goal. In the Premier League, 2 games were scheduled to be played. Green Sharks beat MSC men first. Was it the first or the second win of this league? And they defeated them 3-1. Edan Salah scored 2 goals in the 30th, converting a penalty spot, or rather scoring in the penalty spot, and in the 51st minute he added his second. But Benson Mawich in the second minute of the game managed to get a score for Green Sharks. And then moving into the last game of the weekend, which was between USIU and Wazalendo. This was a very, very good game. We expected to be a high-stake game in terms of, goals, but that never lived to its expectations. And this was between USIU and Wazalendo. They drew 1-1. Cliff Omari scored in the 12th minute, converting a penalty corner, and in the 36th minute, Wayne Korir got his second, or rather, leveled the scores for the two for USIU. Looking at the standings, we have Butali Warriors in the Premier League still leading with 26 points from 10 matches played so far. Second is Police with 23 points with the same matches played. Wazalendo come in third with 16 points, and USIU are at 15 points from 11 matches between them and Wazalendo. Strathmore come in fifth with 8 points from 13 points. They are away this weekend to Western Jaguars, who they have tied points with, and at 13 from 8 matches. Green Sharks are now at 11, are now at number 7 with 13 points from 11 matches played, followed by Sailors with 12 points from 9 matches. Bottom on the log is Park Road Badgers and Mombasa Sports Club, who are 9th and 10th respectively, with 6 and 4 points from 11 matches played. Looking at the ladies' Premier League standings, um, because they are going to have a few matches this weekend, two actually, several games, because we have about 20 something matches, or rather more than 10 matches being played this weekend. Strathmore University are top on the log with 12 points from 4 games. They have so far kept a clean sheet and not lost or drawn any match. And they have not conceded any goal yet. Second is USIU, who are at 7 points from 3 matches played. Blazers come in third, the defending champions, with 7 points from 4 matches. DFG Wolverines are fourth with 5 points from 6 matches played. Sliders move from bottom of the log to fifth now with 5 points from 7 matches played. So far, this is the only match that they have won. They have drawn 2 and have lost 4 matches. Sixth is Lakers with 4 points from 3 matches played, and Amira Sailors are at the bottom of the log with 3 points from 5 matches played. Looking at the KHU, or rather the Super League men, Sikh Union still are at the top of the log with 32 points from 13 games played. They have a very, very huge goal difference, 18. This is one between them and KC University, who are second with 25 points from 11 matches played. They have 2 games in hand, and this will be a nutcracker to just see how these 2 teams will perform. Wazalendo Masters are third, having gotten a point this past weekend. They now have 19 points from 12 matches played. KU University are fourth with 18 points from 11 matches played, and Nakuru Hockey Club, after winning that match, they now have 15 points from 11 matches, having won 4 games right now in this league. Looking at the bottom of the log, we have Park Road Tigers and Kisumu Youngsters, who are 11th and 12th respectively. Park Road Tigers are at 9 points from 13 matches, same with Kisumu Youngsters, who have 9 points from 10 matches played. Remember, you can engage us, or rather engage me on this show. Thank you so much, Danko, who says he's tuning in. Please let me know what happened to your team. I know you are out for some time for an injury, but nini naendelea huku? Timu zote shida tupu. Anyway, let's look at the Super League ladies. We have KU with at number 1 with 16 points from 6 matches played. Number 2 is Mombasa Sports Club with 15 from 6 matches played. UN are third with 8 points from 4 matches played, followed by JQuad, who are with 8 points apiece also from 6 matches played. Multimedia are at number 5 with 5 points from 7 matches played. Nairobi Chapel and Vikings Hockey Club. Vikings is actually playing this weekend, and I'll be telling you who they are playing in just a bit this weekend. But Chapel have at least won a game, the only match they have won, so they have 3 points from 6 games, and Vikings only have a point, and this was in the first game, I believe, that they drew. In the National League, this is the Eastern Zone. Despite having their clean sheet record broken in the 9th game against Impala, DQ Heroes are still at the top with 25 points from the 9 matches that they have played. Impala coming second with 18 points from 10 matches played. And number 3 is Mombasa West with 16 points from 7 matches played. Gorillas are at number 4 with 10 points from 8 matches played. Number 5 is Thika Rovers with 8 points, tied with Daystar University, but Thika Rovers have played 7. They still have a match at hand, and Daystar have played 8. UON are number 7 with only 2 matches played. Karate Axiom have 3 points from 9 matches played, and Chapel are at the bottom of the log with only a point from 8 games played. In the Western Zone, Blue Pirates have 14 points from 7 matches played, followed by Kitale Hockey Club, who lost to Bay Club this weekend. They are now at with 13 points from 6 matches played. Bay Club come in third with 11 points from 9 matches played. Bungoma Farmers, after the draw on Saturday, now have 8 points from 8 matches played. And then we have Nandi Hawks, who are fifth with 7 points from 7 matches played, tied with Kisii Falcons, who also have 7 points from 7 matches played. And lastly is UOE, or University of Eldoret, with 6 points from 4 matches played. And looking at, for me, one of the highlights this weekend has been the Simba and 2 games actually. Simba and Tuk game. That was a game that, in my opinion, I felt both teams had a chance of scoring. In the first, actually, Tuk dominated most of the game. But if you look at the results, which ended 4-0, you cannot imagine that they were able to lose that game easily. But I feel like they lacked composure. They were not eager to score. They seem to have been comfortable, and a lot of ball watching, especially in the last quarter, and this really costed them. On the other hand, Simba, or Sikh Union as they are called, they had a very good start. The first quarter was fantastic for them, but after that, they lost even open chances, even as the game went on. The last game was Alendo USIU, high stake game. As I had said earlier, I thought they would come up and just do wonders in that pitch, but yeah, Wazalendo started with a very good format of play, which they had their strikers up, and Barry was the one who was distributing the balls for them. And after the second, when I don't know what changed at halftime, because when USIU leveled, they quickly just came back and started playing as if they were defending that match, and so the game ended 1-1. But yeah, that is hockey, and with the different surprises and all, we get to see what is just happening. Looking at this weekend games, we have about 18 games that are going to be played this weekend. In the Super League Women, we have JKUAT taking on Vikings. This will be at the early kickoff at noon at the City Park Stadium. And in Mombasa, the Nairobi Chapel ladies will be traveling down. And so they will be playing MSC ladies. That will be at 2:00 in Mombasa. And on that's all we have in the Super League. No, we have one more. On Sunday, we have one more game. That is between JKUAT again hosting KU ladies. That game will be played at 11:00 on Sunday. Looking at the Premier League, or yes, the Premier League, we have Western Jaguars playing Strathmore University. This was a match that was postponed from the first leg, so we're going to see that match. This will be away in Kakamega. Very, very entertaining game. And in Nairobi, we'll have another nutcracker at 6 p.m. and this is between Green Sharks playing against Sailors at City Park at 6 p.m. Looking at the National League, we have a couple of games. In the Eastern Zone, we have Daikyo Heroes playing against Thika Rovers. Thika Rovers are traveling down to Mombasa, and this game will be played at the Arians ground at the Damesh Stadium. We'll have Vita who will be coming over to the city to play against Sikh Union in the Super League category at 2 p.m. And then at the same time, in the Eastern National League Men's Western Zone, we'll have Kitale taking on Blue Pirates in Kitale. And then at that same time, at City Park, we'll have KCA play their first match, or this season, yes, their first match since the resumption of the league. And they'll be hosting Wounded Tigers at City Park. Remember, Tigers were defeated 3-0 away in Nakuru against Nakuru Hockey Club. And the last match, I believe, for the National League will be pitting Mombasa West and Nairobi Chapel Men at the same ground at 4 p.m. This is after the ladies play against the MSC at 2 p.m. And then 4 p.m. we'll have Blazers taking on DFG Wolverines. And then at 6 p.m., as I'd said, we'll have Green Sharks take on Sailors, rather, take on Green Sharks. Green Sharks take on Sailors. And then on Sunday, the early kickoff will be between Mombasa West and Thika Rovers in Mombasa. That is at the Arians ground. And then the Kisumu ladies, that is the Lakers, will be playing against Strathmore University ladies. This must be at Sikh Union Kisumu grounds at 9 a.m. 10 a.m. at City Park, we'll have Wazalendo Masters taking on Vita 16. And then we'll have at 10 o'clock, Daikyo Heroes taking on Nairobi Chapel Men at the Arians ground. At 11, we'll have JQuat ladies take on KU ladies at City Park. At 1 p.m., we'll have Parkland Sports Club, who last week gave a walkover, I believe, to MMU. Yes, must be MMU. So I hope this time around they'll be able to show up. But they play at 1 p.m. against JQuat. And then Blazers' second match at 3 p.m. against Amira Sailors. And the last weekend match will be between Wazalendo and the current league leaders and defending champions, Butali Warriors, at 5 p.m. Those are the results that we have for you today. And then, just like I told you, the East African school games are going on in Tanzania. Let me pull up some results. But so far, it's been a poor string of results from our side, and trying to get these results. And this was yesterday. Kamsinga beat Mbarara Girls, or rather Mbarara Boys from Uganda, 8-0. And St. Anthony Kitale, who are the national champions, beat Ntari of Uganda 4-0. In the girls category, we had Trans Nzoia being beaten by Kalungulu. This is from Uganda, 3-1. And the Kenyan champion, St. Mary's Tachasis, also played, but that results we do not have. We'll keep you updated on what's going on that side. But for us today, that is all we had for you. Thank you so much, everyone who's tuned in. I can see Douglas Maseria, who says he is tuned in. Asanteni sana. That is all from me today. Thank you for keeping me company. See you next week, same time, same place, and bye-bye.